Hello, YouTube. It's been a while. Guess what I have been doing over the last, I don't know, few months anyway. I've been learning more and more and more about myself. So if you don't already know, I am 60 and I found it very hard to admit that age. I have to be honest because to me that's like so freaking old. And yet, if any of you are in my vicinity of my age range, then you know we don't feel that old. It doesn't feel like I had imagined 60 would feel when I was 30. I sort of had myself in a retirement home, full head of grey hair and, not active or mobile. And yet to me, I feel I'm in my 30s in terms of my body. In fact, my body is getting stronger every week, which is a blessing because I don't take that as something that I can take for granted. But it doesn't get better because I think about it. And this is really what I want to talk about today because one of the things that I have been doing, I've got a prop. It's not as good as if you ever watched my other video on leads. It was hilarious. So I have been tracking, and I'm a project manager by trade, so 2 sheets of tracking. And one thing that I noticed always in my life is that I could project plan and manage anything corporate wise or in somebody's business. But in my own personal life, I was not a big goal setter or a plan creator. And it was really simple. It's because every time I set something, I didn't meet it. And at the time, I did not have the knowledge I have now or the training and background I have now to fully understand why that was. I just thought that that was just I just wasn't good enough. I fed my childhood stories, and that childhood story side of me, I call Larry, right? That's my lizard brain, my primitive brain, the brain that just wants to keep me safe, keep me doing the same thing over and over, and pretty much conserve energy because he's still on guard in case that big saber-toothed tiger or whatever the hell it was that used to kill us back in cave times could kill me. So I get that. And I didn't really know that I could control how I felt. And in controlling how I feel, I control how I think. And thinking and feeling are intrinsically linked. And if I want better results, I have to put better actions in place. Or I have to stop reacting. So I'm a good reactor. I fly off the freaking handle, and then 20 minutes later, I'm calm and I can talk about things rationally and calmly. So I knew a lot of that about myself. But anyway, as in my usual rambly style, I digress. So what am I trying to explain? What I'm trying to explain is over the last few months, I have been diligently tracking getting stronger and fitter because I am very much aware as we age that the old adage of if you don't use it, you lose it is true. And I could feel that my body was not strong anymore. And I'm somebody who rides horses, and riding horses and looking elegant on a horse require a lot of body strength, which a lot of people don't understand. They think we just sit there, but no, the amount of work that goes into holding yourself in a position while making it look effortless is actually ridiculous. And so I have been doing a Bill Phillips program. I did it in fact, in my 30s when I lived in the Netherlands. And it was Body for Life back then. Now it is Rebuild for Life, and he's adapted it for older bodies. And what I have found is that whenever I want it to hurry up, so a goal that I have for this year, and it's a goal I absolutely will reach, is to get Linda Hamilton toned arms from Terminator 2. And I always wanted them. And I used to live with a bodybuilder, and we had a professional gym upstairs in the house that I owned in Thorn in the Netherlands. And I worked out, but I never got these arms because of this, because I was always in a rush. And what I now have come to understand is if I want something and my brain offers I need it now, and it makes me rush toward it at super fast strength, then that's what I term my Larry. That's my primitive brain, because my primitive brain is all about instant gratification. They don't understand this compounding effect that we get when we do something regularly and consistently over a period of time. Like, hey, getting a goal. And so now I know if my brain offers, but I need to do it now, that I'm in Larry mode. And what I need to do is I need to come back into my prefrontal adult, sophisticated, newest part of my brain, which plans, creates, forward thinks, strategizes, and makes decisions based on a future outcome without the need of the instant gratification. And that is a world of difference, and that has changed everything. So it's not just changed the fact that I now track and monitor my workouts to make sure that I hit the six workouts a week that he set. So it's two lower body, two upper body, and two cardio, and then we have a day off. And as part of that is more protein. So there's a whole pile of diet things, and I have to say I'm feeling much better because of it. But the upside is my riding is getting better. But I also figured out, I've been riding for decades and training for decades, that Larry was present in my training because I was always in a rush to get to back to the top level of the sport, but I never did it. And now I understand why, because again, the horses need time to compound. They need to learn something and do it better and better and better. And horses learn by repetition. Now they will learn to do something badly well as something right well. The determining factor is me accepting what they offer and rewarding it when it's correct and redoing it when it's incorrect. And that's really what message is all about. If you have found yourself sitting there and feeling in a hurry, feeling in a rush, wanting it to happen now. So for your business, you want to make $10,000 and you want to make $10,000 now. And if you're not making it now, then it's not working. If it's not working, then you must be doing something wrong. And if you're doing something wrong, what's the point? And down the negative spiral we go. So that is an indication. If you're trying to lose weight and it's, well, I have to lose the 100 pounds now, and why isn't it happening now? Then you're in Larry mode. You need to get back into your prefrontal cortex. You need to strategize and plan, and you need to treat every day, every action consistently. That is how we achieve our goals. That is how we get our results. That is how we change our lives through this process. So, net, if you are thinking, I want it and I want it now, instant gratification, and you're not prepared to do the slog to get there, the journey to get there, then just know it's not you. It's that fear, scarcity, Larry, primitive brain driving you. Take a deep, long, slow breath. Remind yourself what it is that you want, why you want it, why it's important. Let go of the need for it to happen today, immediately, in this moment. Trust the fact that if you stay consistent over a period of time, it will happen, and keep going. And for those of you who know that you have these patterns, but you haven't been able to break them, come work with me. My BFF club is designed around this. So whether you're building your business, improving your life, training yourself to train your horse, it doesn't matter. This pattern is across everything. And it's the work that I do. It's the work that I love. It's the work that I'm invested in myself in, because it's the work that has changed my life dramatically. And it really has nothing to do with how much money I've got, where I live, how I function in the world. It's all to do with what I think and feel. And when I can control and manage that, my whole life just lights up. And honestly, for those of you who may have met me 10, 20 years ago, you would know that that was not how I spoke. I was a very low vibey, depressed, at calls person. And as per usual, I'm rambling. So I'm going to wrap this one up. Net. If you're in a hurry, it's Larry. Take the time to slow it down, rethink why you're doing what you're doing, and stay consistent. I will catch you all on the next one. Take care. Bye.